My name's Harold Gutmann. I cover North Carolina for the Durham Herald-Sun. I'm here with my colleague Steve Wiseman, who covers Duke. And welcome to our game, NCAA Tournament Edition. Could be the first of three, could be the only one. Who knows? It's kind of what makes March so interesting. But like I said, it's March Madness time. Duke is going to be in Raleigh, close to home. They're playing 12:15 on Friday. UNC is going out to San Antonio for a Friday night game along with NC Central. So let's get right down to it. Steve, what is the key for Duke to get out of this weekend?
Well, the big thing in March Madness tournament play is always guard play. You have to have strong guard play. Duke does have experience back there with Quinn Cook, Tyler Thornton. They've all played in multiple NCAA tournament games. Rashid Suleiman got some great experience last year when Duke made the Elite Eight. So that should be a strength for Duke. Although guard play has not been their strength this year because their better players are Jabari Parker and Rodney Hood up front. But in March, it all comes down to guard play. You have to be able to defend well. You have to be able to handle the ball well, handle pressure, hit some key shots, which is something that Duke hasn't done a lot of consistently this season with three-point shooting from the guys on the perimeter like that. So they really have to be concerned about that going into this weekend in Raleigh.
Yeah, you mentioned guard play. UNC's got Providence in their first game, I guess technically the second round. Two of the best point guards in the country in Marcus Page and Bryce Cotton, both first-team all-conference guys, both lead their teams in minutes, points, assists, kind of do everything. Marcus Page is averaging almost 36 minutes. Bryce Cotton averaging more than 39 minutes a game, so it's even more incredible. He's even smaller than Marcus Page. I think they list him at around 165. But I think the real key for North Carolina is going to be the front court rebounding. They got out-rebounded badly the last two games. Certainly the game at Duke, they only had 20 rebounds total. And then their AC tournament game against Pittsburgh, that center Zana had 23 or 21 all on his own, which is incredible. So they really have to focus. They are a good rebounding team. Now, so is Providence. Providence leads the Big East in rebounding. So I think that it's kind of strength on strength there. I think that'll be a key matchup. Providence, they're one of those slow tempo teams that UNC struggled with. But I think if UNC can get out, now Providence only plays 6 guys, so if UNC can get out, if they can maybe get their big men in foul trouble, I think that would really benefit the Tar Heels. We joked kind of all season how UNC is a team that they could lose in the first round or they could make it to the Final Four. Certainly the teams they've beaten so far, Kentucky, Louisville, Michigan State, Duke, they could have a path to the Final Four that's easier than the teams they've already beaten. On the other hand, Providence is a lot better than UAB, Belmont, Wake, Miami. So again, you look at it, it could go either way. Now, who do you think is a key player for this weekend for Duke?
Yeah, I want to say too, obviously Jabari Parker and Rodney Hood are the two best players on the team, two best scorers, and they're going to play their first NCAA tournament game on Friday against Mercer. So that's always an unknown when you're going into that for the first time, and there's so much experience on Duke's team, but it's unusual for them to have their better players not have experience in the tournament. So we're going to see how they deal with that, and Mercer has 5 senior starters, and they have a 6'10" center, so while they might have NCAA tournament experience like a lot of Duke's roster does, they're experienced players, and they're going to play well together, and they're going to be able to handle situations. So we'll see how Jabari and Rodney do. They obviously handled their ACC tournament initial experience very well last weekend, so I think that should be a strength for them.
Yeah, for UNC, I already mentioned Marcus Page. He's an Iowa guy, and he said half of his high school went to Iowa State, which is a potential third-round opponent, but that's kind of, you don't want to look by Providence. I think for Providence, I think Kennedy Meeks is the key. He played 20 minutes total against Duke and Pitt. Now, he was sick against Duke, but he played 20 minutes total against Duke and Pitt and was really ineffective during that time. When we talk about the problems they've had rebounding and how important their front court play is, I think Kennedy Meeks, another freshman playing his first NCAA tournament game, is going to be really critical in that respect. So there you have it. Steve's off to Raleigh. I'll be in San Antonio this weekend. Thanks you guys so much for watching our game, and we'll be back to talk about it next week.